Welcome, guys. Welcome. You've all been muted. Beautiful. All right. Thank you for joining me on this lovely Sunday evening. We've got some people doing their 75 challenge right now. Actually, Allison's doing it. So that's why she is walking. So she's double stacked here, which is awesome. Saw a few of you this morning, kicking ass. It's great. Today's call, I'm going to start out with the whole water thing, all right? Just because it's legit. Like, it is really a thing. Before I started this challenge, I drank water, but I had no idea the benefits of drinking more. I was nowhere near. I would probably do maybe 2 or 3 of these bottles. So what's that? 1,800, so just shy of 2 liters. Now, obviously, getting in pretty much 4 liters a day. I'm already past my water intake, but because of that workout later in the evening, I still have to drink some more. But honestly, guys, it's incredible. I'm more alert. I feel probably at least 50 times better, if not 100 times better. My joints, they don't hurt as much. They recover faster. You obviously go to the bathroom a lot, which is good. If you're looking to lose that extra pound, that water moves it right out. All right. Just overall benefits, guys, it's incredible. So I don't necessarily think that you have to drink a gallon every day or 4 liters, but you definitely have to drink more. We all have to drink more. I've seen you guys not drink your water, talk about not drinking enough water. It helps you with your sleep. It helps you with your weight loss. It helps you with your digestion. It helps you with your moods. Let's just open up. I'm going to do a screen share. And I've got a thing here. So let's open that up just to give you an idea. All right, here we go. 15 benefits of drinking water. Around 60% of our body, guys, is made up of water. 71% of the planet's surface is covered by water. Okay? We need to drink more water, plain and simple. Number 1, lubricates the joints. I talked about that. It forms saliva and mucus. Very, very important for us to digest our food. Delivers oxygen throughout your body. It boosts your skin health and beauty. Hey, I can become more beautiful? That's amazing. No wonder I'm looking younger in this beard. This beard is on day 19 as well. I will not trim this. Going 75 strong on that shit. It cushions the brain, spinal cord, and other sensitive tissues. Guys, this is a big one. I want to stop here on this one. Dehydration can affect brain structure and function. It is also involved in the production of hormones and neurotransmitters. Prolonged dehydration can lead to problems with thinking and reasoning. Wow. Here's a tip. Give your kids more water. I try to reason with my kids. Honestly, today I asked Andrew, I'm like, Andrew, he was being a bit of I was like, go get me some water. He goes and gets it now. Like, he's 18 months. He goes and gets it. He drinks some. I drink some. He drinks some. I drink some. Feed your kids more water. And you need to drink more so that you guys can reason with each other. It's a big tip. That's my parenting tip. Hey, look at that. I think I'm 18 months. I can give some parenting tips now. So there's a big one. Cushions the brain. That one can definitely help. We'll leave that one right there. Won't go into getting any blows to the head or anything, but I'm sure it helps. It regulates your body temperature. Look at that. Water is stored in the middle layers of the skin, comes to the skin's surface as sweat. When the body heats up, it evaporates, it cools the body. I'm going to touch on this one before. I went to Italy and I had an allergic reaction. I don't know what it was, but I couldn't sweat. Now imagine you're in the middle of July in Rome and you can't sweat. It is probably one of the single most irritating things and painful things when your body cannot regulate its own temperature. So nothing was helping me. My whole arm, like there was nothing that was wet, nothing, no sweat, no nothing. And I could drink and drink and drink and nothing would happen. I took one of those Arius pills, allergy pills or whatever, and all of a sudden it went away, whatever it was, and I started sweating. But for those few days, I was so like, I don't even know what was going on. I had no idea. So I thought, well, let's try this. And sure enough, my body started to respond. But those 3 days were ridiculous. So you're already in the hottest place on earth during July, and then you can't sweat. So I firsthand, I know that one. The digestive system depends on it. We need it. Flushes waste. Helps maintain your blood pressure. That's a big one. We are forced by the doctors, well, we're not forced to take it, but it's forced on us to go and at least get the prescription filled when we have high blood pressure. So maybe we can mitigate some of that by drinking more water. Your airways need it so that you can talk, all that good stuff. Makes minerals and nutrients accessible. The food you guys eat is almost pointless if there's no water in your body to dissolve it. Okay? So drink more water and you will actually use the food you buy so you're not wasting your money. Prevents kidney damage. It's a big one. Boosts performance during exercise. Who would have known? Aids in weight loss. And then it reduces the chance of a hangover. Dun, dun, dun. Always fill up your night with a glass in between. I'm going to tell you, since stopping the alcohol in my life, pretty incredible. Not to say you have to do it, but I don't have to worry about that water in between because it's just water all the time. I trick people sometimes. I usually just choose not to get into those events. It is what it is. So there you go. That's 15 that I'll post the link. But it just starts there, guys. There's so many different things from cell reproduction, all that kind of stuff. Water definitely helps. All right. I've got a chat request here. It's going to take more than just water, Corey. Carrie, it might. But at least it's a start. And it's quite easy to do because it fits in your hand and it goes down the hatch just like that. The next point, to follow up with my tough love from last week. Did everybody watch the video? I don't know. Did I just post it for the first time today? Maybe. I thought it was posted earlier. Maybe not. Anyways, it's there now. Last week we had a pretty good coaching call talking about tough love and only you can do it, essentially. Now this is another one. Consistency, showing up. Again, no one can do it for you. I've come across a lot of people trying to accomplish so much in such a short period of time. And it's just impossible. There's not enough time in the week or in the month to accomplish some of our goals, especially when we want to transform our body or get into a better state of mind or just create overall health. It takes time. And for some reason, the warm weather hits and people's brains get all loopy and they start thinking that what they've already accomplished means nothing. And that they need to show up and get everything done in an hour or get everything done in the first week. I don't know about you guys. I posted on my Instagram. I've posted my personal one, just what 17 days has done for a body transformation. And, you know, Allison has had her body transformation in 17 days. We're on day 19 now. And it's pretty incredible what the body will do and how it will respond and how it rewards you when you actually stop paying attention to your body and just show up. You just need to show up at anything that you're doing, anything that you want to do. Sabrina needs to show up for her powerlifting sessions, and then she needs to show up for her kid, and then she needs to show up for prepping food and show up at her, you know, nighttime routine to go to bed on time and things like that. You just need to show up. And if you continuously do that, you will be rewarded with everything that you want. I can't put on a page the growth that I've experienced in 19 days mentally, where I'm now more aware to say to someone that, hey, my patience is really thin right now. I can't do that. Like even today with my family, they wanted to FaceTime the kids and this and that. And I'm like, guys, listen, sometimes our life is a shit show. I can't just drop things and do it. Everybody's screaming. My patience is super thin. Give me a bit and let's recover, and then I'll message you. And that was just a big thing for me, because normally I would just be like frustrated the fact that I can't do it, right? It's like, no, I just can't. And I get frustrated. I wasn't frustrated at all today. I was just like, no, can't happen. And it's one of those things that everybody has to start to understand in our lives that are around us, that we may be making sacrifices to get our goals, but those sacrifices might be very selfish in their eyes. But to you, it's got to be the biggest thing ever. It's got to be the best thing. It's got to be the most, motivating thing for you. Because at the end of the day, who cares what other people think? As long as you're being considerate, and as long as you're treating yourself really well and building off of that, then people can't be upset at you for very long. And if they are, it's internal. It's on them, right? They owe themselves a 5-minute timeout to actually reflect on why they're putting that on you. And whether they do it or not, again, that's not on you. That's on them. So you showing up, living your life the way you actually want to live it, and following through with the things you say to yourself. If you make promises with yourself and you break them, like, you only hurt yourself, right? So show up consistently and accomplish that 1% more mindset every single day. Just 1% more. And it doesn't have to be 1% more in the exact same way every single day. Like, I'm going to lift 1% more today, 1% more tomorrow. No, there's many different areas of your life that can grow by 1%. And if one day only one area grows by 1%, that's still positive. And if one day only 0.2 pounds falls off your body, but then the next 5 days nothing does, you're still 0.2 pounds ahead of the game. You're closer to your goal. And then always reflect back on not discounting how far you've been and how far you've come. Tracy mentioned tonight that she was listening to Andy's podcast for the 75 Hard Challenge, and he just touched on giving yourself a little, almost like a reward for accomplishing a certain amount, but the reward has to match the accomplishment. So we're going to make 20 days tomorrow. We're not going to go for a fucking parade. We've only done 20 days, right? So whether you reward yourself or not, whatever it may be, that is what it is. But if you get to a level of showing up consistently, don't forget to celebrate that. But celebrate it accordingly. Don't throw yourself off the deep end and go back into the wrong way, right? Like, go back into the old ways, old habits, stuff like that. But if you don't celebrate along the way, you don't have fun. It then becomes a task. It becomes a job. It's really, really, really easy to make something turn into a job, doing it day in and day out. It can become a task that you just don't like anymore. So with this challenge, as you've seen over the 19 days, I've really changed up the workouts. I did 2 really hard boot camps this weekend and then did a parking lot sled pull. What the fuck is that shit? That was brutal. But it recharged me, funny enough. My body feels okay. I'm going to feel it tomorrow, 100%. But it's like I got to that next level mentally where it's like, no, it's freezing out. Get out there, sled, push, pull, run, get it done. Doesn't matter. I got cars. Ryan pulls into the parking lot and he's honking on the horn. I'm calling him, being like, hey, what's up? He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just getting it done, man. And it felt good. It brought me to that next level, and I am celebrating that. I'm not going to celebrate with a cheat meal. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I'm cool with that. I have curbed the craving. But it's one of those things that I'm pretty proud that I'm showing up every single day. And I'm not trying to move mountains. Like, even with my business, I'm not trying to add 100 people in today. I'm trying to add, 2 or 3 a month new to the community to help make an impact. I'm trying to bring back people from old, 1 or 2 here and there, just to try to help them out. I understand that this is a long process. And I look around me at other successful businesses and other successful mentors and stuff like that. And I'm like, I always ask, how did they get there? And the number one thing is time in doing what they did. So time in to powerlifting, Sabrina, is going to get you to your lifts, right? Time under the bar. Jen's done almost 70 pounds, right? And that took time. The one thing that's consistent is time with everyone. And we all have a fair bit of it. Someone said to me, oh, where was it? It's too late for me now. I can't remember who it was. Not sure if it might have been Tracy. I'm not sure. But she can send a text if it was. But someone said, it's too late for me now. I'm like 55 years old, blah, 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 blah. And I'm looking at them like, not going to take that shit. Nope. You can still show up every single day. You might live to your 100. You might have almost half your life still to do something, right? So never think of it like that. Just show up every single day. You got to show up. And if you don't show up, I guarantee you your mental state will be far worse than what it is if you do show up. Far too often we get stuck in the thought process of, man, I should have went to the gym, man, I should have cooked that meal, man, I probably shouldn't have eaten that pizza or got that drunk, or, you know, I probably shouldn't have been that person's friend. Sometimes that happens and that pulls us down. We can pull back. There's a lot of things that we could do and should have done, and we got to get out of that and just go and change that. Make those changes. Small steps. Trish, small steps. Can't accomplish it all, right? You can't build a wall in a day and you can't take it down in a day. So let's work on it and show up every single day. Whatever it is, be present. I'm going to read a reminder that I have on my phone every single day. And I've told you this before, I think, but it says, do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. That reminds me every single day at 8 a.m. to be present, be proud, and push ahead. When I read that, that's what happens in my head. That's what I say to myself. Be present, be proud, and push ahead. It's like my 3P mantra. Allison, keep pushing. How fucking cold is it outside? It's cold. You got James' snowsuit on? Guys, think about something that you're in right now that's relatively difficult. Reflect on that and find ways that you can push further, push faster, push harder, push more consistently, but be connected to what's inside of it, right? Like the connection, the pieces that are together, the people that bring that all together. Get connected to all of that and start disconnecting from the shit that doesn't serve you. Again and again, I will say that with consistency. Stop connecting to something that doesn't serve you. When people talk about the past, they live in the past. If they stay there, I go to all these friend things from my old friends, and all they talk about is high school. Guys, I'm 35 years old. It's not that high school wasn't fun, but why are we still talking about the basketball game that we played in high school? It's like the thing to do. When I want to get around people that are forward thinkers, I want to get around people that are like, what can we do in the future? Because that's exciting to me, because potentially in the future, you're going to come across another thing that you've never done before. And that's a first thing ever done. And those first things ever done are very, very exciting. And they create dopamine. They create that hit for human beings hormonally that charge you up, that fire you up. Doing something for the first time is the most exciting and scariest thing you'll ever do in your life for every single one that you do. First time you walk into the gym, first time you get a new job, first time you hit a big promotion, first time you're managing a team, first time you do a 225-pound deadlift. There's a few of us that have done it, and it's pretty fucking powerful. Okay? Those firsts are huge. Focus on doing more things for the first time and get really, really, really good at showing up. Does that make sense? Sam, speak to me. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, 50,
makes sense. 51 times. How does that feel?
It feels good.
You're 51 workouts deep.
Yep.
What's your goal for the rest of the year?
200. So I have 150 or 149 to go.
149. Have you had it planned out? How many days left in the year? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm averaging, if I go 4 times a week, then I'll hit my goal.
All right, get very specific on that goal. I want you to know how many days are left in the year and how many workouts you got left.
Okay.
If you want to accomplish something of 200 workouts in a year, you have to get real. You can't just wing it. You got to plan it. Okay?
Yep.
You're going to crush it. 51 workouts. Have you seen any changes so far?
I notice I'm definitely stronger. And I find that I have a different mindset now. I actually enjoy coming to the gym, and if I miss a few days in a row, then I find that I get edgy and I'm like, okay, I need to get to the gym because I'm just getting cranky. I need to go there to my like happy place of whether it's I'm not happy during the workout, I feel like I'm dying, but when I leave, I feel good. I've been getting like I've had customers coming in and saying like, oh my gosh, you've lost so much weight. I don't notice weight loss. I'm like trying really hard to notice it. Like I keep looking at pictures and being like, okay, where do I see it? My husband, like people will compliment me on I'm getting my figure back opposed to I'm not dropping pounds. To be honest, I haven't actually lost any weight, but I've gained muscle because I can see muscle on my body now, opposed to like my legs are super strong. I see definition in my arms, stuff like that. So
The one
yeah,
thing that happens, sorry to interrupt, the one thing that happens a lot is we're the hardest on ourselves, but we see ourselves the most, right? So we're very analytical, and yes, you may not see the changes. I would just recommend like don't even look at the pictures. Don't even compare that stuff. Get super focused on the activities which you're doing daily and figure out how you can push those activities a little bit further, a little bit next level. When you're at the boot camp, how can you go a little bit heavier, a little bit harder, and control that, right? But with those small 1% increases, you're going to start to see your brain change a little bit around that. And that's what you want to get uber focused on, right? A lot of times we sit there and we look at the results and we take pictures and we do all that stuff, but we're super critical of how we look. And having one mindset on way some of our body parts look and that kind of stuff can really distort how you're actually looking, right? And at the end of the day, work on the inside, feel good inside, your outside follows, right? Fix the brain, your outside will follow along. And you're doing that. I think I probably have seen more mental growth in you than ever before. And you've been through multiple personal training programs, you've been through boot camps, you've tried meal plans, you've done this, you've done that. And I think this time around I've seen the most change, and you actually wanting to stick to it and push. So that's a big one to celebrate. I think you've come a long way that way, and it's pretty cool. It's really good to see. Mental wins will push your body to the extreme, and our bodies can handle so much. So much. And it's incredible what we see on a regular basis, what the human body can do and what different athletes accomplish. And man, when mothers give birth, like it's incredible what the body can do. It's truly amazing. So kudos to you.
thank you.
149 away. That's a pretty cool number, but I'm telling you, if you don't figure out how many days are left in the year for you to accomplish those 149, I'm on you.
Okay.
All right, count them up. Send it to me before you go to sleep tonight.
I will.
All right, everybody, you heard that, right? Yes. Not only am I on you, everybody's on you now. All right, we will cheer you on. Again, show up every day, guys. Show up every week here. Spread the good word if you think it could help somebody. We're going to keep pushing hard at the gym. We're going to keep pushing hard in the group. I love reading all the goals. I kind of jab you guys on a one-on-one basis for the most part. If you've had the experience of my jabs on socials or text message, I know Jen has last week when I made a phone call during a certain someone's personal training session. I was probably more upset the fact that I couldn't eat it, Jen. She was asking what pizza to order. And I was on like, what was it, day 8 or something? And I was having mad cravings. It was bad. But anyways, guys, I appreciate all of you. Allison, stay safe. Finish up that 45. And I will chat with you all this week. Everybody's good to go to sleep now. Sabrina.
Yay. It's my favorite time.
Time.
Good night.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.